The debate between diesel and petrol engines has been a long-standing one, steeped in a history of engineering innovation and consumer preference. Both types of engines serve the same fundamental purpose: to convert fuel into mechanical energy that powers vehicles. However, they do so in markedly different ways, leading to a variety of differences in performance, efficiency, maintenance, and environmental impact. At the core of the distinction between diesel and petrol engines lies their combustion process. Petrol engines operate on the principle of spark ignition. They mix air and petrol in the combustion chamber, and when the mixture reaches the right pressure and temperature, a spark from the spark plug ignites it. This process is relatively quick and allows for a smooth, high-revving engine that can deliver power efficiently at higher RPMs. Conversely, diesel engines utilize compression ignition. In these engines, air is compressed to a high degree, raising its temperature significantly. Diesel fuel is then injected into this hot, compressed air, igniting spontaneously. This fundamental difference in ignition leads to various implications for performance and efficiency. One of the most notable advantages of diesel engines is their fuel efficiency. Diesel fuel has a higher energy density than petrol, meaning that a diesel engine can extract more energy from a given volume of fuel. This is particularly advantageous for heavy-duty vehicles and long-distance travel, where fuel economy becomes a critical factor. As a result, diesel engines tend to offer better mileage compared to their petrol counterparts. This efficiency translates into lower fuel costs over time, making diesel engines a preferred choice for commercial vehicles, trucks, and buses that cover vast distances. On the other hand, petrol engines often provide better acceleration and responsiveness. The spark ignition system allows petrol engines to rev higher and deliver power more quickly, making them more suitable for smaller cars and performance vehicles. Drivers seeking a spirited driving experience often gravitate toward petrol engines, as they offer a more engaging and dynamic performance. Additionally, petrol engines are generally quieter and smoother, contributing to a more comfortable driving experience, especially in urban environments. Another significant difference between diesel and petrol engines lies in their emissions. Diesel engines have been criticized for producing higher levels of nitrogen oxides, NOx, and particulate matter, which are harmful pollutants. Modern diesel engines have made strides in reducing these emissions through advanced technologies like turbocharging, intercooling, and exhaust after-treatment systems such as diesel particulate filters, DPF, and selective catalytic reduction, or SCR. However, the perception of diesel vehicles as dirty has led to increased scrutiny and regulatory pressure in many regions, prompting some cities to impose stricter emissions standards or even bans on older diesel vehicles. In contrast, petrol engines typically emit lower levels of NOx and particulates, making them more environmentally friendly in certain contexts. However, they tend to produce higher amounts of carbon dioxide, CO2, per liter of fuel burned compared to diesel engines. The growing emphasis on reducing greenhouse gas emissions has led to a push for alternative fuel sources and electric vehicles. But the differences in emissions between diesel and petrol engines continue to fuel discussions about their roles in a sustainable future. Maintenance requirements also differ significantly between the two engine types. Diesel engines are generally built to withstand higher levels of stress and pressure, which often leads to a longer lifespan compared to petrol engines. However, they can be more expensive to maintain due to the complexity of their components and the need for specialized knowledge. Diesel engines require regular maintenance of systems like the fuel injectors and turbochargers, and they may need more frequent oil changes due to the higher soot production from combustion. Petrol engines, while typically easier and cheaper to maintain, may not last as long if not properly cared for, particularly when it comes to issues like overheating or wear on the spark plugs and ignition systems. Cost is another critical factor in the diesel versus petrol debate. Diesel vehicles often come with a higher upfront cost due to their more robust construction and advanced technology. However, this initial investment can be offset by the savings in fuel costs over time, especially for those who drive long distances regularly. On the flip side, petrol vehicles tend to be more affordable to purchase, making them an attractive option for budget-conscious consumers. The choice often boils down to individual driving habits, with those who prioritize fuel economy and long-distance travel leaning toward diesel, while urban drivers may prefer the agility and lower initial costs of petrol vehicles. The rise of electric vehicles, EVs, and hybrid technologies has added another layer to the diesel versus petrol conversation. As governments worldwide push for greener alternatives to combat climate change, the automotive landscape is evolving rapidly. Both diesel and petrol engines face increasing competition from electric drivetrains, which offers zero emissions at the tailpipe and lower operating costs. However, the transition to electric vehicles is not without its challenges, including charging infrastructure and range anxiety, which means that diesel and petrol engines will likely remain relevant for the foreseeable future. Ultimately, the choice between diesel and petrol engines is not a one-size-fits-all decision. It depends on a multitude of factors, including driving style, environmental considerations, budget, and vehicle use. Each engine type has its strengths and weaknesses, catering to different needs and preferences. As technology continues to advance and the automotive industry adapts to changing consumer demands and environmental regulations, the landscape of diesel and petrol engines will undoubtedly continue to evolve. The key differences between these two engine types will remain a topic of discussion among enthusiasts, engineers, and consumers alike, shaping the future of transportation for generations to come. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more such interesting videos.